My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Neither of these have the gilded cards I'm looking for. But hey, if you got two alchemies for me, I can make an exception. Two welder helpers here, as well as 2 copies of alchemy and an alpha fiend to scale some damage. Strixon Hallow here, as well as Chosen Savagery, and Hornbreaker Prince is going to be leading our line. I feel like I haven't played many runs with Hornbreaker Prince. I guess I'll be taking Gel Transfuser because the other slot is empty. Brawler versus Wrathful. Wrathful for our front line, I do like the idea of. Being able to support it consistently for our front line becomes a little bit difficult, but I'll figure it out. So Alpha Fiend behind that by default. Oh. Right. I took the negative energy and now I can't play alchemy at all. Wah. That hurts. Oh, it'd be so lovely to play one here. Oh, just imagine. Oh, I could have played one on both of those previous turns. It would have gone so well. Malting out of these. Golden Touch. Fireborn Merchant. Golden Touch might even be useful still all the way up to Savagery. I do want to go like Merchant of Magic Fireborn and Merchant of Steel Fireborn, I feel like. Intrinsic -1, interesting. -1 Permafrost just so I can hold an alchemy until I can play it. And then make the other one slightly lower cost as well. Hothead out of these. Hothead has more AoE capability as well. Although I do have the ability to support Greed Dragon getting pretty large. Molting Imp and the... No, I'll take Hothead. Takes unit upgrades a lot better as well. -1 per turn on draw, that's completely fine. I'm already still going to be drawing 5 a turn, courtesy of our Pyre of Entropy, giving us additional card draw. I think maybe it's Hothead bottom line, actually. Because I'm going to need units to be softened up a little bit for us to really be able to do too much about them. There you go for the Hothead. We can get a Welder Helper and another Bloated Whelp down here to settle another AoE on a later turn. Hey, single spear steward kills on the top line, saving us 4 damage. Sound great. 4, so you'll go up to 8, so 45. 54. Boy, Elbow the wall is going to be a problem for us. Like, if I hit myself twice there... I give myself the ability to heal off of this kill, but Elbow still does 8 damage. Do we have 17 health on the next floor? 17. Just enough for the Alpha Fiend to finish him off, and I get to play the Alchemy before the end of the round. That's so big. Now just imagine if I got to play both of those Alchemy at the very start. Ritual of Battle is great for scaling damage. Hidden Passage, I don't overstack my floors as much as I feel like I should. Give me Hidden Passage. And Lava Flow and Pireball both appeal here. I'll take Pireball for a little bit more carefulness for Savagery coming up at the end. And I could loot here. I probably only generate another 5 in the next fight, though, so I'll save it. Multi-strike is a huge upgrade. Hopefully I get someone who can wield it well. You just don't count. Fire-blooded, 1 size, 1 unit. Ability, Empower. Gain damage equal to the Pyregel stacks on all units on this floor. It says all, it doesn't mean all, only on this floor. Like, I'd want to be able... I literally have no Pyregel in stack at the moment. I'd want to be able to put Pyregel on my own units for that to be relevant to me. Magma Mauler, however, is one of the... Well, actually, hang on. The best wielder for multi-strike is 100% the Alpha Fiend. I'm going to take Magma Mauler because I don't have Pyregel, so something that benefits from Pyregel doesn't make any sort of sense. I'm going... Oh, God. Endless Molting it would be incredible as well. I'm going to give Multi-Strike to the Alpha Fiend because it actually turns you into a ridiculously powerhousey unit. I think some additional damage on Hothead gives you the ability to withstand a bottom line. I think 20 additional health on probably even Hothead would comfortably take that. I mean, Alpha Fiend, you having melee weakness on strike would be pretty ridiculous. Because your first strike is 10 damage, and then your second strike is 50. Unfortunately, I'd lack the ability to give you quick if I did that. Plus 10 damage and on strike, give corruption 10. I mean, popping that on the Hothead and then just deleting enemy bottom lines with Hothead's also possible. And possible right up until Savagery if I get it a Mind Cage. I never take Dominating Control. But is this the right run for it? If Alpha Fiend already had another upgrade, it would be so simple. I'd click this. Alright. Impress me. I only have to Golden Touch one enemy and eat one of the alchemies. So we're all pretty comfy on that. Noting that he's going to push the front unit back, I will orient slightly differently so that it's not as much of an issue for me. I can just keep that after me, so I don't need to do anything about that this turn. Annoyingly, I can't just play a single Bloated World because then the Chosen Sealbearer kills it and Archeon still pushes. I need much more consistent survivability for this second floor. The Hornbreaker Prince is not a good defending unit for the alpha here. It's not working out. See, getting quick on Alpha Beam would be ridiculous if I could. I'm gonna have to Hidden Passage you to a new floor, then well to help this floor, just to help keep the Alpha Beam alive. And then I almost want to chump block as well. As much health as I can keep on the Alpha Fiend is the correct amount of health to keep on the Alpha Fiend right now. Thank you to the golden touches. Incant Dragon Star. I mean, I gotta look at all the options before I take the Transcendent. Transcendent. See, I looked at them. Miser, Avarice, I mean, Steelworker certainly feels like the right choice for supporting that floor. I want to go Capacity, but maybe I just want to get a Mini Stone. I don't know what's up. What do I have in the next area? Merchant of Trinkets, Merchant of Magic. Probably going to the Merchant of Trinkets, given the amount of money in the Forgotten Boons there. Take Steelworker. Even if I did have the additional energy, I wouldn't or the additional capacity, I wouldn't have the energy to play all the things I need right now. I'm taking the energy first. Hopefully I can avoid having to take capacity for the second one, but if I have to, I'll take it. On your first turn, 2 additional energy. Really depends on what we draw, so whether that's relevant. Shale Shell. Use an ability, gain 3 armor for the rest of the floor. I mean, Hothead and Bloated Whelps do that a decent amount. And we're early enough that that's like a really relevant amount of damage as well. First room card, blade each battle's blade to all floors. I have no room cards. Rage adds an additional damage per stack, obviously really good with Hornbreaker. And we're probably gonna get more rage in this deck. That just kind of happens when you're playing these characters. Ancient Pyre tap. If I hadn't just taken... Like, if I saw this choice before the Hell's Flame, I wouldn't have a Hell's Flame in this deck. I'll take Resonant Shard. Rage does not decay on friendly units, and friendly units gain stealth 1 on summon on Slay, plus 3 damage per stack of stealth. That'll stop us from triggering our, or rather the enemies from triggering our rage, but then we can trigger it ourselves a lot more comfortably. It does mean that like 100% of the time Steelwork is taking all of the damage. Volatile Gauge as well, drawing 2 additional cards each turn, and randomizing costs. I have the Pyre of Entropy. I was considering a draw relic earlier. Anyway, glad I didn't do that. I'll take Shadow's Sheath and figure out how to use it. Yorick, how many consume cards do I have in this deck? 1, 2. 2 at the moment. Grand Michel. Grand Michel's main thing is, like, if Alpha Fiend has any more damage to start the fight with, it's really ridiculous, because it multiplies it, not only by multi-strike, but also by spell weakness. If I go Kanyo, I'm just going Kanyo and starting to remove things. I don't super care about the Whelps being in the deck, so I'll probably end up removing those all. But the thing is, with the amount of Vengeful Shards I'm going to get in the deck from the Pyre of Entropy, giving me a Vengeful Shard at the end of every battle, I'm going to have a lot of difficulty if I remove every card and I just draw a handful of curses every turn. We took Cormisha. Reaper. Your line was changed. Of course it was. Ability Culling. Cooldown 6. Kind of bad. Attack immediately. And on Slay, gain plus 15 damage. So I believe... Culling 2. Where are you? Yeah, Culling 2, which is as high as I can get, is cooldown of 3. Culling 3, oh, cooldown of 1. How ridiculous that would be. Let's take Culling 2, I think, though. Let's go Reaper. We definitely want to diversify this line. -1 energy per turn. Thankfully, I've reduced the cost of my stuff, and I have an energy relic, so we should be okay. So Hothead is going to be stealthed pretty much permanently on the bottom line. And Alpha Fiend will get stealthed pretty much permanently on the second line very easily as well. I think Hornbreaker Prince is supposed to be on the bottom line and Steelworker on the mid here. Golden Touch, definitely. I think also Well to help as a future chump blocker, and then I'm gonna Hidden Passage Hornbreaker Prince to a new line. Torch is already enough to get an enemy backline down there. easiest hothead turn. Just delete the back 3 enemies. You gotta play alchemy when you see it. And I also gotta collect the collector. Oh, Juan Michel has already popped. Didn't pop the entire run. Couple runs back. Okay, we can get an attack from Alpha Fiend here, so I shouldn't slay with the Hornbreaker. Oh, right, even if I summon something, it's gonna be stealth. Yeah, the fact that we couldn't even defend our Magma Mauler in the back line is exactly the thing that usually scares me about taking these. I'll leave Hothead until the boss phase in a second. Perfect. Hothead gets them all. Then I Golden Touch my own unit on the top line. Probably just hit Alchemy next turn, so I'm going to play Vengeful Shard and then Bloated Whelp on the top line. The reason to do this is because if I draw exactly Golden Touch as one of the top cards of the next deck, which I don't, but if I did, I would have had the target to actually hit with it. The stats on Enflame are incredible, especially if I've got Rage doesn't decay and Rage gives additional damage. Mind Cage is exactly what I was asking for earlier for bottom line to be solved. I will happily take 6. Increase max coffer by 2 is huge. Non-mana units have deployable. Not actually that good. That's just a lot of whelps in my opening hand right now. Merchant of Arms, 100% what I need. I need... Oh, Mind Cage, read that. I'm going to make Mind Cage deployable. I almost feel like I should take Zone of Silence so that I can put that on the bottom line so I can prevent the enemies from just, like, countering my ability with Silence or something like that. Because, like, what do I do if the enemy... If we have Silence in the 7th fight? The answer was supposed to be Golden Touch or Pieball and whatever we do with those. I think it still can be. If I reroll here, I'm primarily looking for Swift Steel Dagger. Void Armor. And Sacrificial Chamber. Yes. So I'll take both of these, thank you. Much harder to... Well, it really depends. So, Hothead, I could give you a glass cannon stitched to your mind cage and then put you on the bottom line and then you just do 79... 158 damage to all enemies each round. The only problem is if you ever take damage, you die. Which means if the enemies have corruption or basically just corruption, or if a spiked enemy survives or something like that, you die. I don't think you need that damage as much as you might think you need that damage. Oh. Imp Sickle. Stop a turn. Add a random imp unit, and I do like imp units. If I target a friendly, I'm only ever using Enflame. Like, Enflame would have to have holdover for that to be relevant. Or maybe get super upgraded at Emergent Magic and then get duped. I'm gonna take the random imp unit. It's random, and random is often fun. Swift Steel and Void Armament, I'd love those both to be stitched together. I can't really justify it right now, because currently it's going to want to exist on 2 different targets. Yeah, this is the downside. I have to remove a bunch of cards from this deck, because otherwise my opening is not going to have the mind gauge that I worked so hard to put in this deck is just not here. I'm going to be drawing 10 cards a turn, adding a card to my opening hand is bad, actually. Shouldn't have taken the Imp Sickle. I can get most of the Ravenous Zealots held down. And then it descends with 4 less health than it currently has and ruins me. This thing's capable of doing like 30 damage to me, unfortunately. And there's almost nothing I think I can do to stop it. Thankfully, by playing Mind Cage there, and then Swift Steel Decker there, we can completely prevent this from happening to anyone else. Ow. That hurt a lot. Oh well, it happened. Alchemy, definitely gonna have to drop a Vengeful Shard. I gotta keep my health now. I mean, Vord Armament on the next line already cinches it. I really, really, really hope that I get an Alchemy back. I did not get Alchemy back. Whoa. That hurts. It's gotta be Rage Serum. Being able to pump damage on a unit, it's really important to us. Input box, I mean, it's nice, but is it needed? Superheated, double the amount of Pyogel on the target. I mean, with the gel transfuser, that's exactly when you take superheated. Sadly, I have almost no Pyogel application in the deck, so that's not really gonna do anything for us. In equivalent exchange, no. Skip. Always sad to save after the 5th ring. It's got to be Merchant Trinkets for 700 different reasons under the sun. Summon triggers an additional time. Now having more imps is a lot better. First time you summon a Well Beach Stone, reduce cooldown of all friendly units on all floors by 2. That gives me the ability to pop Hothead twice. Ooh, conserve energy between turns and deployment phase. As soon as I get my first energy, I'll never need anything else. Yeah, I've got to take that. Attuned Whetstone would also get Swift Steel or Armament. Actually, if I merge the Swift Steel and Armament, the Attuned Whetstone becomes ridiculous. Unfortunately, I don't have a Merchant of Magic in the next area. I've only got one, Merchant of Arms in the next area. I've only got one right before Sarah. Mind Cage merging in a Bloodthirsty Blade would actually be really good. I'd be able to find somewhere to put Soul's Melter to get value out of it. I'm gonna go with Bloodthirsty Blade, take the additional health, and I'm gonna remove 2 cards from deck as well. Let's get both these Shield Stewards rather out of the deck. Very much hoping that it leads to a much higher likelihood of drawing my Mind Cage in my opening game because of how ridiculously good it is. Nope. Alright. It's just how that goes, I guess. Okay, at least we got Mind Cage on turn 1 here. Oop. Hold up, couple different things. First off, Sacrificial Chamber, then Mind Cage. Okay. Bloodhead explodes. Then do I deploy Welder Helper and then kill my own Welder Helper? Or do I just hit? No, I'll get back to that other alchemy before the end of the match, and it consumes, so I'll just consume it. Inflame. Rage. It's still not enough to take out the Chosen Shield Bearer by itself. That's what I did all of that for, though. One Inflame just short of keeping the Steelworker alive on this line, unfortunately. I think I just push it to the next floor. I think if I just Hidden Passage you... that manages that line. Then I chump with a Bloated Whelp on the top line. It reduces all cooldowns by 2, giving Hothead the ability to go up again. I feel like I really need to support the armor of Steelworker because it's going to come back around and really be problematic. Oh, right, of course, that jump block does nothing because Strix can't be jump blocked on the top line. Yeah, makes sense. It's always how it goes. Blood Whelp, use the Hothead again. New Scholar gives back Rage Serum. Sadly, we will lose the Steelwork now. Oh, can't use the ability if it doesn't have a valid target. I wanted to use it for just 3 armor. Perfect. Fire Jumper, huge amount of energy, and now when I play my Transcendent, I get more energy, and I keep the energy between turns. Yeah. I guess if you've got spell weakness times 2 on you, you should probably throw a big fireball your direction for 60 damage. Oh no, you've got incant. Probably shouldn't just cast a bunch of spells at you. There we go, we almost killed this turn. I mean, this will give me a bunch of additional armor this line. Great. Oh my god, it also gave me an alchemy back, which I have the ability to play, meaning I can just allow this to move towards end. We win on the bottom line by pure virtue of having just enough stealth. I also don't want to weaken my position by playing another welder helper. Great, we got good money out of that. I'm feeling a lot better now. Spike the Hellhorn, 4x rage, 4x armor for the same unit. Yeah. Yeah. Frontline units still need some health, and the rage is great as well. Do I capacity about care? Because realistically, the bottom line should just be Pothead handling itself. I think I do. Spells gain 3 damage for each upgrade on their card. Intrinsic Touch having 3 more damage is nice. When you equip a friendly unit for like 104, I mean that's 3 extra damage for Golden Touch most of the time as well. Oh, dragons and whelps gain 8 additional. Actually, I do have a dragon, don't I? The guy on the bottom line is a dragon. Does Hothead need 8 additional damage, though? No, and it doesn't really change anything for you. Okay, we'll go Pyroborn's Insignia first. When he gains Fire Gel, gains an additional stack. First Room Gardeners play to all floors. I don't think I need a sacrificial on all floors. Sketches of Salvation. Yeah, I'll just play the ones that I care about, and then you can play... Sketches of Salvation might just randomly play a Transcendent. If it does, it does. So for Merchant of Steel, we basically have health and survivability for Steelworker, and then Endless for the Transcendent. Those are the 2 things I care about. For Magic, Enflame needs Holdover and Double Stack. I'm not going to say there's that much more over there I care about. We'll go Culling 2, so I can do one every 3 turns. Oh, Intrinsic and Double Stack. Wow. Wow. I was going to put that on Enflame, but how do I ignore Intrinsic Double Stack for Spike of the Hellhorns? Negative 2 cost can consume for Pieball. plus 20 magic power just for a random torch. Reroll. I mean, Holy Stone's nice. I don't think it's essential here. Spell Chain. Maybe I Spell Chain Alchemy and I just hold it for the turn where I can afford to play it twice. Another card from the deck. Spear Steward. I mean, the Spear Stewards have decent damage, but Spear Steward. Kyrian Well. Certainly don't want to dupe anything that's that gives additional draw or anything daft like that. I'm feeling like maybe it's second alchemy? The Spell Chain Alchemy, so that I can complete my alchemy with literally just those. Silence. I was worried about that. God damn it. Again. Worst case outcome. Sadly, didn't get Mind Cage in this opening. At least we keep our stealth on the bottom line. I'm gonna give Void Armament to Hornbreaker Prince here. Yeah, because you being able to force the attack immediately and attacking twice should really help. Even if I don't necessarily intend to use that this time. Okay. There's your Mind Cage. We've got enough good scaling for Alt Fiend. The unit should feel pretty confident now. So now it's just about, can I get more energy in a turn? 4 energy in a turn, ideally, so I can play the Alchemy. Well, and then I get to use all my abilities again. fine. I got Golden Touch, so I'm no longer silenced. Big AoE damage. Summon a Bloated Whelp. Another big AoE damage. Force the Hornbreaker Prince to slay to gain some more armor. Yep. So I'm not going to get enough to be able to do it twice, unfortunately. Hold up. I don't have a whelp in this hand, do I? I do. Okay. There's the alchemy. AoE. You. AoE again. Yeah, I'll just have to loot the 8 then. We've saved an additional energy that turn. Important work has good targets consistently. Dragon's Breath. I mean, giving a lot of Pyogel to enemies is huge because it transfers to the other surviving enemies. Spells gain damage to the card, and starter cards cost -1. That's free whelps. That matters a lot, but so does Sinner's Salve. 0 cost on all of our Scourges. I gotta take that. I have far more of those. Merchant of Arms. I mean, the Merchant of Arms' main appeal is removal. There's so much I can do with a Merchant Magic, though. I don't really have any endless whelps. There's stuff that I can do. There's not everything I can do there, though. Ends. Upgrade slot, not relevant. Friendly units gain +3 damage on Slay. Excess cards that have 3 or more cost gain Permafrost, but I already keep... I mean, it keeps Spike, Void, and Dragon's Breath. Cards that I do care about when I play them, so sure, I'll take that, even if it does decrease my draw. Friendly units enter with armor 5. Great. Increase max horde by 3. I'd love to see if I can get a full horde by the end of the fight. At the end of the battle, gain 3 Ember if your player took no damage. Start with removals. Spear Steward out of here, and honestly, the Magma Maul is not actually contributing to the fight anymore. It's been trying to. It just isn't. So I think I'm probably best served by removing 2 more cards from the deck and taking 1 more dupe opportunity here. Dupe a card that's consistently going to have good value in this deck at the moment, and that's going to be the Golden Touch. Multi-Imp's not really a relevant card in this deck anymore. Ooh, okay. I don't get the ability to remove another. Mind Cage, Bloodthirsty. I was going to join those 2, wasn't I? Yeah. And then making something deployable. This is honestly not relevant because it's not really going to work. But I'll do it anyway. because I got the money for it. Hey, that's the right equipment. There you go, buddy. I still do get to loot after this fight, so I'm absolutely going to push in that direction. Even if I would love to apply 40 armor and 40 rage to a unit right now. Transcend him before I even play in him? No, actually, I don't think I will. Oh, that eviscerates the entire bottom line. Yeah, losing melee weakness on Alpha Fiend here with only 27 damage taken is actually huge. It's great for us. Alright, you don't have quick strike yet. That'll be really important when we get it. Can slay anyone. Ugh. I gotta have a look at a couple different ways to play this then, because it's not looking good. Get you to force that kill, but then... Yeah, you've got stealth, but how do I get the stealth to the Alpha? I know what I should have done. Hornbreaker Prince should be defending the Alpha Fiend, especially if the Alpha Fiend intends to ultimately get quick attacks. As well. Give you your Void Armament, and then Steelwork. You'll attack. And then you're also going to get the armor from this. Because you'll get the Slay. Which actually also gave you Stealth, which might not be that good. Yeah, the best we can do here is just a giant amount of armor for Hornbreaker. And just lose the Steelworker. Yeah, now we have the same problem where the Alpha Fiend is currently being threatened on this line. But the difference is that now I can deploy a loaded welt pretty much anywhere. And then throw Hornbreaker's ability there. Still not enough to keep you alive. Yeah, because you've still got the melee weakness on you. This is the thing I don't love. Not being able to play chump blocks, because if I play it, it's got stealth. This is why a lot of the time when I see Shadow's Sheath, I'm like, I don't know if I can make that work. Because it has a really high cost. I'll be losing Alpha Fiend here. I don't want that to be the case, but I think it has to be. Yep, there's the Swift Sail Dagger that would, well, it wouldn't really change anything. Well, it would have, because it would have given slays to the right target, so everyone would be stealthed. Everyone would be happy again. That said, one Hothead that does full AoE, and then a Hornbreaker Prince that's ready to just do 400 damage to 2 units in a line. Hey, it's a build. It's a build. I don't know how to describe that other than calling it a build. I can't play the Alchemy this turn. If I play the Golden Touches this turn, I might actually get 13 full before the end, which that's a boss rally. That matters. I mean, the 2-unit wonder. It's working surprisingly well. There's only one summon effect that's triggered this battle so far. Hell yeah, that's actually enough Pyogel being given to Seraph Eternus that we will win with Hothead. Get him! Before I even came out of stealth! And then... when he descends, they gain Pyogel 3 actually, because I already took the Pyogel increase by 1. Units gain 3/3 for each upgrade on their card. I honestly, yeah, just some more stats for the units, please. Additional energy, additional deployment energy. Given... I mean, yeah, I can always use that additional energy. Especially with how many cards a turn I draw. Okay, we didn't get the Mind Cage again, but Arthfiend did get its Swift Steel Dagger, which... that matters. I'm going to leave all these Bloated Whelps in the deck so that I can play them for the Manacle effects. Oh wait, Sketches... yeah, I was about to say. Damn it. Sketches of Salvation summon 3 of them immediately. I'm going to leave this Bloated Whelp in the deck for the same reason. An Imp is being added to my hand every turn, but it's not because I don't have space for it, so I don't even get it in the first place. It's nice that it's not just adding that to the top of my draw pile or something like that. Or even, gosh forbid, my out pile. Armor and 40 more damage, or 40 armor, 40 rage, which is 120 additional damage. I don't think anyone's coming off that bottom floor. I don't think the Hothead is really going to get to meet anyone. Yep. There they go. Always planning on losing the Hellbreak Prince here. Although I'm not getting any slays with the Alpha Fiend, which is going to make it really difficult to do anything about savagery. I also don't have that many more turns where I have to deal with savagery. When Savagery comes back down to bottom line, you'll die to Hothead. Hothead will kill Entropy in a couple of turns as well. Well, if the last fight was won by just one unit, how much can we do with 0? Sorry, if the last one was run by 2 units, how much can we do with 1? With the Hothead, play it well, so I can use the Hothead again, and then sacrifice that, and then transcend him for more armor. Gotta play a Pyrelite, because without that, we're not gonna win next turn, which is when we will right now. And we leave with the full 13 Dragon Horde, even though I wasn't actually trying to do that. I just happened to get that as well. Sick. I mean, a run that doesn't actually even need its units to survive is obviously pretty fun, but just a Hothead being everything on the bottom line, like if I give it all of the rage on turn 1 from the spike, it gets to a point where it's already doing 500 damage twice every turn. 500 damage from 250 twice every turn to all enemies, and then getting stronger because of it. Gaining 3 damage from every stealth, from every slay, and another 3 damage from every slay. Sick. Fun run. Honestly, I didn't use the card Dragon's Breath much in this run, but what could better define this run than Dragon's Breath? It's literally just Hothead breathing on everyone every turn until they die. Also, I could have played this last fight a lot less sloppy in the last couple of turns, but it wasn't relevant. It was pretty obvious already at the time that it wasn't going to be relevant. The point at which I looked across all of our rooms just before Hornbreaker Prince was gonna die, was me determining, oh yeah, the enemies are dead long before I have to worry about my pyre. Especially with Hothead. Didn't even want to say anything else about the run. It's just like, win streak increased. Get out of here. Get out of here, buddy. All right. I'll follow your lead and run straight to the outro, and I'll tell you that my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Seamus. Hopefully you'll all be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.